Hi, I'm Deborah, and today Deanna and I are going to talk about, our main focus is going to be celery juice and all the benefits of celery juice, but then we're going to start out by talking about Louise, who came to our studio yesterday. Louise, and she was complimenting us on our videos and how much she's getting out of the makeup tips. So I want to start adding in a makeup tip again to the talks, because we got really serious in the beginning of the year, January 1st with, we want to share all of the knowledge and wisdom that we've acquired over the last 2 years of this whole cleansing process with medical medium protocols. And so it's so exciting. We just dove right in. So we're going to go back a little bit and do something that is perfect for this time of the year. Yeah. And it was because her skin looked so pale. And she has very dark hair, kind of like mine.
And the contrast was extreme.
And we found out when I asked her what her chronological age was. She's 80 years old.
Oh my gosh.
And at 80 years old, you don't want to have a harsh
Still blows
look.
my mind.
I know, yeah, you're right. We would never have known that she was 80 years old. And she just takes, great care of herself, and she looks good. And so this is what I did. So I took our contour color and I load the brush. And I always show everyone how to do this. You have to mush the color into the brush. So it goes into the brush. Mush the brush, guys. Mush the brush. And so it goes on your skin smoothly, so you don't get a big blob of color somewhere that then you have to remove and all that. So instead, you load up the brush, mush the brush, and then just start applying it like a bronzer. I hesitated there because I'm going to show a different sequence with Deanna's face. And so I am just applying this all over my face, the lids, the nose, the chin, just like it's like a layer of suntan is what I'm putting on, but it's very natural. Even the ears, if the ears
I did my ears this morning.
Yeah, put a little bit of bronzer on the ears.
Look really white.
Yeah, and then come down onto your neck. Yeah.
This is how white Louise looked yesterday, almost.
Well, she was white, but not quite that white. Yeah. And so then I, take a look in a mirror at myself and see, does it look like too much? And I don't think it does. So I'm going to add a little bit more without it looking like too much. So I'm digging into the color,
Always mushing the brush too. Every time you dig into the color.
Every time.
That's important.
Okay.
Remember that.
And yeah, if you forget, you'll know as soon as you get a big blob of color on your face. Okay.
Quick. Oh yeah.
All right. So now I look like I,
kissed by the sun.
Yeah, like I got a couple of hours, on my lunch hour, a couple hours on my lunch hour of sun. And so now I'm going to go back in and do my contouring. So we contour 4 places. Corner of the forehead, the cheekbone, starting back near your ear, comes straight in toward your nose.
Toward the middle of the ear.
Yeah, it's right in the middle of the ear, right in front of the talon part of the ear. And Deanna, would you give me that tinted moisturizer brush in case? I just want to show a correction. You can use that one right there. And then under the jawbone. Okay. Now, if I had gotten too much on, if it looked like too streaky or too defined, then I would take my tinted moisturizer brush that I had just applied my tinted moisturizer with, and I would just blend over it a little bit and just blend into the color.
Beautiful.
It's just with whatever's left over on your brush, and there really isn't much left on there.
But it just helps to blend it.
Yes.
Love that.
So with Deanna already has her contour on, and now I'm going to load up the brush, mush the brush, and then do the bronzer all over her face.
And she's applying it with some pressure.
Sure, because the color is, deeper than the brush too. So as you start out with light pressure, and then you go more to medium pressure, and then to the most pressure is down there. Okay, I'm gonna load up the brush again to do the other side. Mush the brush to the other side of her face. Like light pressure, medium, gonna use a little bit more pressure, and then full pressure down here. Now I'm gonna add a little bit more. Would you part your blouse just a little bit more? And then do it right in through here. Give her clavicle, the front of her clavicle, a little bit more definition. And there you have it. That's a, a sun-kissed look in January in the Northeast.
That's wonderful. Because
Sure.
I have been feeling it, and I want to feel like I've seen the sun, even though we physically can't see it.
Yes, and it's pretty dreary in Rochester, New York. But anyway, it's nice and bright, sunshiny in here right now.
It sure is.
And especially when we start talking about the celery juice and how much brightness that adds to your whole being when you're drinking celery juice every day.
It's incredible.
The living nutrients of the celery juice, and then the benefits. What did you write down that you wanted to share?
Well, I want to share, I got it from the book.
Okay.
I mean, there's a whole book.
Yes, so this is the book, the Medical Medium Celery Juice book. He wrote a whole book. It's not a thick book, but there's so much information in here.
Oh, in just the first few pages.
Yes.
I mean, I went right to the benefits of celery juice.
Yes.
What I found most interesting was, and I had never read this, that juicing the celery is very different than eating the celery. It's like worlds apart. Because chewing on the celery stalks neither gives us the quantity of nutrients nor unlocks the potency that juicing does. So I found that fascinating because I know I juice a whole bunch every morning and I couldn't eat that much. So I'm happy to be juicing it, getting the benefits. And little did I know that juicing the celery is much more beneficial than eating it.
Yeah, that's
fascinating.
Yes, yeah.
And so you have a lot to say about it.
So, well, there's a lot in this book, and just some of the highlights that this is right from chapter 1, page 1, Why Celery Juice. For decades, I've been recommending celery juice as an unparalleled healing elixir, whether someone is looking for relief from a specific health issue or for that secret tonic to help them get their energy and glow back.
And that's been a big part for us.
The energy specifically, I have so much more even energy. I have eliminated caffeine, so there's no highs and lows. I've eliminated sugar.
Well,
no
caffeine and
highs
sugar
and
just
lows.
left. You didn't have to.
No, I didn't. I didn't omit it. Yeah,
it just leaves because you have no longer have the desire for it.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing like the natural energy that we get from the food that we eat.
Yeah.
None like caffeine and.
Well, that's so fake. It's
sugar doesn't
jittery. You have to come down from it. It's a psychoactive drug.
Right.
Caffeine is.
Right.
And so you have to know it's affecting your brain.
Right.
Whereas this is affecting your brain in a really, really nutritious and positive way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I want to do a couple more points. By the tens of thousands, they've posted photos showing their clear skin, brighter eyes, stronger bodies, renewed vitality. All of this information is in the Medical Medium, the Celery Juice book. So
remember, we had a comment from Tammy. Tammy messaged us and said just after 2 days of doing the lemon water, the celery juice, and the heavy metal detox smoothie, which we're going to talk about coming up next week, but that she had so much energy. And was that normal? And we responded with...
So that it is, but you want to make sure it is not your adrenals. So if she's still doing the caffeine, she may, it may have heightened that experience. And also caffeine is very draining to the adrenals. So it's always going to be a catch up. And that was one of my issues before I started with this, is that my adrenals were always drained. And that was because I was using espresso for the ADD symptoms that I had to focus. So you can see how this has been a snowball ripple effect in my life with eliminating the ADD symptoms, eliminating the adrenal fatigue. I no longer have to take adrenal vitamins for the first time in my adult life because my adrenals are not drained because I'm feeding my adrenals. And so that's just, you know, a few of the great benefits out of this book. I think we're good.
Because if you really, really want to feel different, it's not only doing your Tim makeup every day helps you to feel that way, but inwardly to do it with starting out with the lemon water, and then when you're comfortable with that, adding the celery juice. I'm going to include a video below of me making my celery juice, and you can see how simple and easy it is. And the Medical Medium has a great celery juicer that he recommends. It's the
so all the links will be in the description. We want to make it so easy and effortless for you so that you can get started right away and start feeling the benefits that we feel on a daily basis. And so that is our, you know, that's our intention. That's our mission, is to lift women up into self-empowerment, the woman they were born to be, that, you know, the woman inside of us that, you know,
is confident, is abundant, is powerful, very powerful.
And so when you're feeling your best every day and you're thriving, then you can connect with that part of yourself. And, you know, it's through our Tim makeup that we introduce women to themselves.
Who they are,
To who they are.
For the first time.
And part of that is because I love to bring this fact up a lot, because we only see our own faces in one dimension, and that is in a mirror or in a photograph. I believe that's 2 dimensions. And we see everybody else's face in 3 dimensions. We can see our whole body in 3 dimensions, but we can't see our own face. So when we apply the Tim makeup, you can see the bone structure. Your eyes look brighter. You look more polished. You love what you see when you look in the mirror. So that's just the bridge, the gateway to really knowing who you are when you clean your diet. You know, when you clean it up and you're feeling your best every day.
And so that's what we want for you. Please feel free to leave comments. We love when you do that. Let us know in any other way if we can assist you. Any questions or comments, we welcome all feedback. Thank you so much for listening. We really appreciate and love you all.
Thank you for being here. We love you. Bye-bye.